Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8.
Hello, I'm Trevor Sochocki. Right now, a manhunt in Dover. Hillsborough County deputies are looking for the man they believed murdered his partner and his child. And that's our top story at this hour. The man deputies are looking for is 31-year-old Angel Kuschak. The sheriff is calling him dangerous. Right now, neighbors near the murder scene on Sumner Road in Dover are being told to stay inside and be aware of their surroundings. Chloe Sparks has more. And once again, here's a picture of the suspect, 31-year-old Angel Kuschak. Take a look right there. Deputies are looking for him in the area of Sumner Road in Dover. If you see him or know where he may be, call the sheriff's office. And to keep up with the search for this double murder suspect, download our free app. We'll send you a breaking news push alert when deputies catch him. Right now, big national news out of New York, where the Court of Appeals just overturned Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction. The court ordered a new trial. They said the judge during the landmark Me Too case allowed women to testify about allegations that were not part of the current trial. In the meantime, Weinstein will remain in prison. Last year, he was sentenced to 16 years in Los Angeles for charges of rape and sexual assault. New at 11, Hillsborough County is getting ready for hurricane season. The emergency management team just hosted a media day to show us how they're preparing for a storm. We had a crew there, and we'll have details for you coming up in our next half hour. Thanks, Rebecca. For months, residents complained about a mysterious stench at a large housing development in Lakeland. Now, work in the wetlands is underway after a drone spotted a likely wastewater spill. News Channel 8's Polk Bureau reporter Stacy Da Silva explains. Also in Lakeland, ribbon-cutting ceremonies are taking place right now for two new affordable housing complexes. The complexes are being built at Swan Lake Village and Swan Landing. Mayor Bill Mutz is there for the ceremonies, which started just minutes ago. Combined, these two communities will provide more than 170 affordable homes. And some changes are on the way for trash pickup in unincorporated areas of Polk County. Neighbors currently served by Waste Management will be switched to GFL Environmental or FCC Environmental. Polk's own collection team will also continue to serve other areas. County commissioners will also decide on a new pickup and disposal rate. If approved, neighbors would pay $337 a year starting October 1st. And News Channel 8 is your official Bucs station. Right now, the team is on the clock for the 26th pick of the NFL Draft. So if the team stays put, it'll likely be late tonight when the selection is made. But the team is planning to keep you entertained until then. There's a watch party happening at Ray J. The South parking lot's open at 6 p.m. And for the first time since 2019, the event will be open to all fans. You'll be able to get tours of the locker room and the opportunity to meet current Bucs players, as well as some team legends. There'll be food and drinks. Tickets start at $15. And coming up, how much exercise do you need to improve your mental health? The answer may surprise you. Also ahead, a big change could be coming to elections in Tampa, when they could be moved to, and why city leaders are thinking about doing this. Plus, the grandparent loophole. New rules could make it easier for grandparents to pay for their grandkids' education. That's still to come, right here on News Channel 8 today at 11.
Live, this is News Channel 8 Today on your side.
In just an hour, triathletes will be taking over the streets and waters of St. Pete. 8 on Your Side is live at the event this morning to show you the exciting Olympic-level accomplishments that participants will achieve today. And with the nation's 4th largest triathlon happening in our area, we'll show you the road closures that will impact your commute. Plus, feeling the thunder, how the Lightning's victory over the Panthers is helping the team stay alive in the playoffs. Good morning, it's Sunday. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Trevor Sochocki. And this is a live look at the scene where we're following breaking news. Tampa police tell us they're investigating a serious crash with injuries on East Columbus Drive under I-4. Police say the crash happened around 3 o'clock this morning. The east and westbound lanes of East Columbus Drive are currently closed. We'll of course bring you any updates as they come in. And right now, a Lakeland man is facing charges after being involved in a high-speed chase on US 98. FHP says Eric Perez was seen speeding on US 98 yesterday. The trooper tried to conduct a traffic stop, but Perez sped off. The trooper saw a roadblock ahead of them, so to keep Perez from driving into it, he performed a pit maneuver. This caused Perez to drive off the road and flip his car. Perez was arrested. A former Detroit Lions cornerback has entered a pre-trial diversion program in Hillsborough County. Cameron Sutton is accused of strangling a woman at a home in Lutz. Sutton was wanted for domestic violence before he turned himself in to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office on March 31st. He was released the following day. A pretrial notice filed earlier this month says Sutton was accepted in the Domestic Violence Intervention Program, waiving his right to a speedy trial. It also says the state attorney agreed to defer prosecution if Sutton completes the program. As part of a new gun safety initiative, Winter Haven police are giving away free gun locks. Starting tomorrow, you can pick one up for free Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the police department on Lake Silver Drive. And a 4-year-old boy is in the hospital after being pulled from the bottom of a pool. Clearwater police and fire rescue crews responded to Horizon House condominiums located at 31 Island Way Saturday evening. We're told that child was rushed to Meese Countryside Hospital and was later transferred to St. Joseph's Hospital in Tampa. We're working to learn more details on how the little boy is doing. And this morning we are hearing more from the U.S. Coast Guard about a rescue at Bayboro Harbor. The USCG St. Petersburg tells us they rescued a man Friday night after his boat had mechanical issues. The crew towed the man and his 24-foot boat to a nearby boat ramp. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. And don't forget, News Channel 8 is your home for the Olympic Games. Our own Eileen Natchik will be live in Paris throughout the Games. The opening ceremony is July 26th. And because of the triathlon, drivers should be aware of some road closures and traffic delays in St. Pete. This starts in less than an hour and will run until 2 in the afternoon. Some of the roads impacted include Brightwaters Boulevard, Bayshore Drive, Pinellas Point Drive, 1st Avenue South, and 4th Street South. And a heads up for drivers in downtown Tampa. Beth Rousseau tells us about the upcoming road closures starting today. Well, it was a night to celebrate for Lightning fans, an emotional win over a much anticipated game. The Bolts beat the Panthers in a 6-3 victory, avoiding playoff elimination. The Panthers had won the first 3 games of the series. In less than 20 minutes, Dan Lucas will give us the highlights of the breathtaking matchup. And just ahead, we're hearing from the president who is giving his remarks at the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner. Plus, helping kids achieve their dreams, how a local nonprofit is helping young athletes with financial barriers.
Live, this is News Channel 8 Today on your side.
One of the 2 Hillsborough County deputies seriously hurt during an ambush is out of the hospital this morning. The emotional moment he was released and what's in store for his partner, who's still hospitalized. Plus, a protest in Tampa to demand a ceasefire in the Middle East. The new message from the Israeli Prime Minister amid international tension. And a unique way to honor the lives of veterans, how an organization is celebrating their legacy under the sea. And a good Sunday morning to you. I'm Trevor Sochocki. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper and 2 others are seriously hurt after investigators say an impaired driver drove into a construction zone on I-275. FHP says the 24-year-old driver drove over cones, hit an aero board, then slammed into an FHP patrol car. That driver, his passenger, and the trooper in the patrol car were all taken to the hospital. So far, no charges have been filed in this case. And Lakeland police need your help finding the driver of this truck on your screen right there. They say that driver hit a pedestrian on US Highway 98 North Friday night. We're told the driver stopped at first, but then took off without helping the person they hit. The victim is now in the hospital with critical injuries. If you have any information on this case, give Crime Stoppers a call. Well, happening today, it is your last chance to check out Repticon at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Repticon features nearly 100 vendors as well as reptiles and insects from around the world, including snakes, lizards, turtles, and more. The event gives guests the opportunity to learn about and interact with the animals they might otherwise never meet, like that guy right there. Repticon runs today from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for kids. And if reptiles are not so much your thing, the fairgrounds will also be hosting a fall RV show this morning. Blue Compass, General RV Center, and Lazy Days are some of the RV dealers that will be there. The event starts at 9 a.m. Tickets are $5. Kids 16 and under are free. And this morning, we are getting some new images of what celebrations were like for veterans across the Bay Area. In downtown Sarasota, many gathered to attend the Veterans Day Parade, including local organizations, schools, first responders, and community leaders. The event also included antique military cars, marching bands, and live music to honor the brave men and women who served. Well, a new wellness program for veterans is soon expected to expand nationwide. The initiative was started by vets to save their own from suicide. It's a veterans response team, a unit where officers who also served respond to veterans in crisis. A Delaware officer brought the idea to their department, who soon set up the training with the Crisis Intervention Unit and the Homeless and Justice Outreach Center. The program supervisor says addressing their smaller issues often prevents a major crisis.
Right. We see that you're struggling a little bit, and it may not be a crisis, so to speak, but it's a crisis to you.
Officers from 41 different departments have attended this training, and the program is expected to expand to every VA hospital in the country. Well, as thousands of people across the globe are protesting the war in the Middle East, what the Israeli Prime Minister is demanding to authorize a ceasefire. And helping vets one meal at a time, the local initiative to honor the brave men and women who have served. As tens of thousands of Palestinians have been displaced in the Gaza Strip to escape Israeli airstrikes, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu continues to push back against calls for a ceasefire. He says it would only be possible if Hamas released all of their hostages. He also stated that Israel will control security in Gaza when the war is over. More than 11,000 Palestinians have been killed since the war began. Nearly 3,000 have been reported missing and believed to be under the rubble. In Israel, the death toll is at least 1,200. Here in Tampa, a pro-Palestinian protest was held at Curtis Hickson Waterfront Park. Protesters waved Palestinian flags and held up signs demanding a ceasefire and expressing anger and sorrow about the rising death toll in Gaza. Protesters say a ceasefire is crucial now to send more humanitarian aid. And this is a look at the latest protests across the country. In Tel Aviv, thousands of demonstrators attended a rally this weekend calling on Hamas to release all hostages held since October 7th. And in Barcelona and London, hundreds of thousands of protesters marched to support Palestine. Well, this weekend, a veteran memorial organization, Eternal Reef, celebrated its 25th anniversary in Sarasota. The organization creates memorial reefs to honor the lives lost and help marine wildlife. These reef balls are made with veterans' cremated remains and environmentally friendly concrete. And once ready, they are placed underwater. The national commander for the U.S. Submarine Veteran Incorporated attended the event and told us what it means for him as a veteran to be there.
Certainly glad to come back. They do a really great service, and they've done a wonderful service to commemorating the 65 boats lost during World War II and of all time. I'm really appreciative of what they're doing to commemorate the memory, and want to thank them and everybody involved.
The organization has been serving military families since 1998. Well, a big sign that the holiday season is here. A look at the iconic tree at Rockefeller Center that people travel from across the country to see. And local Black-owned restaurants are getting more exposure thanks to an event happening this weekend. Coming up on this week's For the Culture, we take you inside one of those restaurants impacted.